When you're a backup, man, it's the shittiest place to be when you know or you think you're better. Sometimes you think you're better and you're not. And you have a really shitty attitude sometimes. And I kind of feel for Gardner Minshew. Remember what they told him last year after the Jets game? He asked the question to Sirianni and Howie Roseman. What do I have to do to start here? Sirianni just basically shot him down and went like this. Hey, you can't. You know how helpless that is? When you're a backup player, an organization or your coach tells you there's no way you can start here. Be happy you're here. It's defeating. Big Bad Wolf, Big Sills. Welcome aboard. How you doing? Boy, do we have a show today. And you know what I love about our show today? Just hang on here. Put a little seasoning in. Turn that bitch around a little more. A little more seasoning. Hey, Sileo's starting shit again. Hang on. Let's get those. Hang on. Let me get the peppers off the rafters like my grandpa used to do. Let me put them bad dogs in there. How you doing? How you doing? Hang on here now. Okay? Oh, yeah, little salt. What's the salt? There we go. Little salt. Hey, look at that. Look at that. I got a salt in the wound. Right in the wound, baby. I didn't say womb. Wound. Yeah. Oh, my God almighty. Are we going to stir it up? How you doing all? Okay, so buckle up. We have our Big Sills NFC East QB rankings today. The best duos in the NFC East, quarterback wideout. And by the way, we started out with, here we go. So there's a report now that the Dallas Cowboys are trying to make a move for Gardner Minshew and to solidify their backup quarterback position. The Dallas Cowboys, who don't have much depth behind starting quarterback Dak Prescott, the reigning NFC East champions, intend to enter the 2000 campaign with Cooper Rush as their primary backup with a couple other stiffs. Will Greer's part of that. I think Greer went to, if I'm not mistaken, I think he is a West Virginia guy. That's why many Cowboy fans and media members are calling for the franchise to trade for Eagles quarterback Gardner Minshew. I know many of you thought when I posted this on my Twitter feed that this was a Sileo special. It's not. I continue. Who could come into training camp to compete with Rush for the backup job. Minshew, 26 years of age. I didn't realize he was that young. Maverick looks like he's 36. Would be an immediate upgrade to the quarterback room in Dallas, according to Rocky Garza. He begged the Cowboys front office to stop wasting time. Minshew could immediately elevate our backup quarterback position, Garza Jr. wrote. And you could move on from one or two of the quarterbacks that you have in your quarterback room that you don't need and open up another position for another spot on the team. He has starter experience, what have you. Tim Haim of Cowboys Country quickly shot down the trade idea, saying it didn't make sense given how Dallas brass have gushed over Rush this offseason. Ham also dropped this interesting nugget about Gardner Minshew's personality. Minshew does not have the best reputation in a locker room around the league. That comes as news to everyone in Philly, Jacksonville, Northwest Mississippi, and East Carolina. Miles Sanders today said that he's an awesome guy. I love the guy. When you have to have teammates step up in an OTAs to verify whether or not you're a good teammate, there's a story out there. Hi, what's up? So Gardner Minshew being a bad teammate. Let me hook you up on this one here. Do I think this is a story? No. Because I'd be a bad teammate too if I was a backup. I don't want to say bad teammate. I'm going to give you a for instance with Big Sills. And I'm going to give you my small world and how you may see this or not see this. So I had a guy starting in front of me. His name was Derwin Jones, and I love Derwin Jones. God rest his soul. He's since passed on. Was a dear friend of mine. And it was the three of us, Jerome, him, and me. The problem is that Derwin was there a long time before I showed up at UM. I transferred from Maryland to Miami, and everybody loved Derwin. Well, you can imagine, I was better. But I let everyone know it. And I let everyone know it. Like, this guy should not be playing in front of me. How many times have I brought that story up with Jimmy Johnson? Dude, I would get the majority of the snaps, make all the plays. They would never in a million years start me until I did one of the most important things in my career at Miami. You know what that was? I'm going like this. They were asking me, oh, I'm this, I'm that. Jimmy started saying this. When you get away from that stuff, you'll start starting here. Guy asked me from the Miami Herald a question. Might have been Christine Brennan. She asked me like this. She goes, hey, man, so what's it like to be on this very talented defensive line? Hey, I'm just proud to be here, and, you know, it's all good, and I hope I could be just some, you know, part of this great defensive group here, man. And it was so BS. I didn't really mean any of it. But Jimmy saw it in the papers, and the next day he goes, okay, you're starting. He goes, remember that. And so he wouldn't start me until I acted like a teammate. When you're a backup, man, it's the shittiest place to be when you know or you think you're better. Sometimes you think you're better and you're not. And you have a really shitty attitude sometimes. And I kind of feel for Gardner Minshew. Remember what they told him last year after the Jets game? He asked the question to Sirianni and Howie Roseman. What do I have to do to start here? Sirianni just basically shot him down and went like this. Hey, you can't. Do you know how helpless that is? When you're a backup player, an organization or your coach tells you there's no way you can start here. Be happy you're here. It's defeating. And you're supposed to have a great attitude. You're supposed to be, I don't know, Jalen Hurts and accept it. There's no way Gardner Minshew accepts being a backup the same way that Jalen accepted being a backup to Tua in Alabama. It really does take a different dude to do that. I couldn't. I was a shitty guy like that. Hey, this is BS. I would say it publicly. There's no reason for me not to be starting. I would say that shit publicly. I got 95% of the plays. Made 14 tackles. You got me behind some dude? Why? I'm saying that publicly. Jimmy finally took me aside and said, dude, you need to pipe down or you won't see the field. Do you understand? It used to aggravate me. Okay? It used to aggravate me. Yeah, Chris, he's not going to start in Philly. They'll trade his ass before they end up thinking they're going to put him in as a starter. Okay? Hey, Bob, maybe. He probably kept doing it, sending the reporters over me to see if I would change my tune because it went on for a few games. I'm like, why is this dude starting over me? I don't get it. And then Jimmy goes, well, the reason you ain't starting is because you don't get it. Finally, somebody came to me, may have been Jerome. Dude, you're barking too loud. You're backup right now. I go, backup with 20 tackles in 2 games. Seriously. And Jerome goes, that ain't it. That's not what he's looking for. I said, so he wants me to kiss someone's ass. He goes, yeah, you can't kiss someone's ass for 2 minutes. All right. I did, and I started. I never looked back. So again, hey, man, you know, I mean, I kind of feel for the guy, Gardner Minshew, because there's nothing he can do except Jalen's bad play to put him in a position to play in Philadelphia. And on top of that, if Gardner Minshew's playing, he won't be playing in 2023 in Philly. Nothing he can do will give him that starting position as a Philadelphia Eagle quarterback. He'll never be named that on a permanent basis. He'll never. Howie Roseman looks at him as a perennial backup. Okay? And when you're in that position, ask Barrett Brooks what that's like when an organization pigeonholes you into being a backup and what they think of you. You never get rid of that tag. And so when someone says Gardner's a bad teammate, hey, maybe he had a bitchy fit about the fact that he didn't get a true opportunity to win the starting job because candidly, Jalen never fought for that job. It was handed to him. He never had to beat a guy out. I mean, they took the job from Wentz. He didn't beat him out. There was no competition in Philadelphia for that job. They didn't go into training camp and go ahead. They handed it to Jalen. Jalen's actually never competed for that gig. They gave it to him. That's why they're not sold on him. You ever wonder that could play into it too? Jalen Hurts never battled for that job. They gave it to him. He never competed for it. Carson Wentz's poor play gave him the job. That's not really competing. Right? Hey, go to Cleveland. Hey, man, I'll tell you what. The Cleveland Browns are in a really tight spot. It's either going to be Garoppolo or maybe Gardner Minshew. Okay? Lee says Sills comes from real old school football. Absolutely, man. How about those golfers getting suspended? What a non-story for me, Chris. I could care less about a white boy sport like that. I could care less. I like a little diversity in my coffee. Okay? Golf ain't it. Talking about millionaires being suspended so they could play on another millionaire tour. I don't know. What the hell? Hey, get this, guys. Hey, Chris, thanks. He's suspended from this country club, but he can play in this country club. Okay. Hey, you're not allowed on this country club, but you can play in this country club. Oh, great. What a wonderful story. I could care less. Hey, man, thank you so much, Lee. Hey, Lee, do me a favor, man. I don't see you here often. Please hit the like button. Hey, no. I'd like to see Jimmy G go to Cleveland. I don't think that thing's getting swept up anytime soon with Deshaun Watson. I just don't. But to circle back and let me put a period on this story here with Minshew. So if Gardner Minshew's not the greatest teammate all the time, I think you should want that. Nobody likes to be a backup. Hey, I'm really comfortable sitting here on the bench. Thank you so much, man. This is great to be here. Thank you. I don't want that guy on my team. I want a guy competing for a job in playing time. I want a guy to want to play. So if he's not the best, remember something, man. That's just some dorky media guy going, oh, Minshew's not a very good teammate because he wants to play. That guy's never competed for anything except for, guess what? Some debate team. Hey, I had a better debate than Johnny Wigg. Johnny Wigg is a really nice guy, but I thought my debate on global warming was better. Yeah, okay. Didn't you hear me? I debated global warming. Yeah, kid. Okay, you win. Yeah, okay, you win, man. Nick Foles played that backup role well and cashed in big time. He sure did, man. That guy went all the way to the bank like he was Jesse James robbing it. The only difference is that Nick Foles didn't use a gun. Jesse James at least used a gun when he robbed the bank. Jesse James walked in and said, stick up. Nick Foles walked in and went, hey, how you doing? And they gave it to him. Holy cow, man. Like that Brock Osweiler guy getting all that money in Houston. There's another guy that robbed the bank. Oh. Yeah, that's okay, man. Drew, he wants to start. So when you read these reports, and I love, Sileo said it, so it's got to be false. And I posted the story because there's too many stunads. And those of you that are not Italian, stunads is dumbass. Okay? Oh, yeah, Lee, smooth criminal. He walks in like this. How you doing? Head down, hand out. Let me get my paycheck. This is how Nick Foles got his paycheck in Jacksonville. Head down, hand out. Same thing in Chicago too, right? How you doing? Head down, hand out. That's a Nick Foles shakedown. Head down, hand out. Oh, man. Right? Head down, hand out. That's the Nick Foles shakedown. Hey, man, I'll go to Philly. It'd be great if he came back to Philly, put up 7 great games, and then hijacked another team. Most notably, Washington. That'd be great. All right, hit the like button. So I saw that story, and I'm like, I don't know if that's really all that bad a thing to say about a guy who wants to play. And it usually comes from stiff reporters that don't know really what they're saying. By the way, my boy Philly 500, 4:30 Eastern Time, hour number 2. We welcome you aboard with us. Please hit the like button. Susan, Kurt Warner had to earn a starting quarterback spot. Susan, he was cut in multiple places. He was cut in Green Bay. I mean, they had Mark Brunell up there. They had Ty Detmer. They had Favre up there. There was a boatload of quarterbacks in that quarterback room, and the guy they cut was Kurt Warner. Hey, Kurt Warner, Brett Favre, Ty Detmer, Mark Brunell. They were all in that room. I think Andy Reid was the quarterback coach of that room, too. We hate the Giants more. Deshaun's lawyer is a stunad. Absolutely, he's a stunad. I tell that guy, shut your hole, guy. You're killing me. Seals, are you moving back to Philly by the time the season starts? Hey, are you moving back to Philly? I love how you feel. I love how you feel how I was born in South Philly. I love that. I'm an aristocratic and Italian. I lived in Connecticut. I live in Connecticut. I do not claim New York, okay, because they're fair weather fans. I do not claim being a New York sports fan. So get that. I am a Yankee fan, though. Okay? Seals, come down for week 6. Cowboys. Here. If I were to come this year to an Eagle game, here'd be the games. Jags at the Link. Xander, get a list. Jags at the Link. Cowboys at the Link in week 6. Commander Wentz, week 10 at the Link. Packers at the Link week 12. Those would be the games that I'd want to go to. You know that Vikings game, man, with Justin Jefferson, that would be pretty good too. That first couple games, man, those first 6 games, that's going to tell us a lot right out of the gate. Dude, that's great. Okay. Hey, man, Xander just said it. Okay, you guys are going to pick the game. I'm going to do that, Xander. As we get closer to September, you guys are going to pick the game. And they're going to fly me in. And we're going to tailgate, and we're going to have an absolute massive get-together. Have no idea where. I'll figure a place out. Okay? The guy Geno's really loves the show. Okay? The guy that runs Geno's and owns the place, man. He follows me on Twitter now. It's like, dude, you're legend. He goes, I'm listening to you as much as I'm listening to WIP now. I'm like, that's crazy great. Thank you. I say, I understand why. They're getting rid of all the good talent over there. Manster, I'd love that, man. Is there a Hooters in Philly? Oh, my God, don't tell me that. Dude, if there's a Hooters in Philly, drinks are on big sills. Oh, my God. If there's a Hooters in Philly, man. That would be a given. All right. Let's get into the topics here, okay? You guys may not like my list here of the NFC quarterback power rankings, according to Big Sills here. Okay. Follow me here. Number 4, Daniel Jones, New York Giants. Number 3, Jalen Hurts, Philadelphia Eagles. Number 2, Carson Wentz, Washington Commanders. And number 1, Dak Prescott. Those are your top 4 quarterbacks in the NFC. Am I wrong? Jones beat the Eagles last year. I forgot that. Dak, Wentz, Ty, Hurts, Jones. King of Prussia's got one. Stir the pot. Kevin, is that what you... Oh, my God. Stop it, Sills. Wait. Your top 2 are chokers. Well, what's Jalen won? These other 2 guys at least put up passing stats. He hasn't put up any passing stats. These guys have put up passing stats. 2 of these guys in the front, 1 and 2, have put up 4,000 passing yard years. Now, can Hurts, by the end of the year, maybe be number 1? Maybe. I don't know. Right now, he's not. You don't really think that Carson Wentz is a better quarterback thrower of the football than Carson Wentz is. He may have better football protection, and he may have other assets like running with the football, but that doesn't make him a better passer. He's not. Carson Wentz's numbers prove it. Why are you dismissing facts and reality and truth? Okay? Can Wentz stay healthy? Well, I think he stayed healthy last year. Going by numbers. That's it, Chris. Okay? Going by the numbers. That's all I'm saying here. Can Wentz stay healthy will be an issue. He's the best left-handed thrower than Jalen. What about Carson Strong? Never heard of him. Hurts is last. You think Daniel Jones is better? And I can't go there, dude. I can't go there. They're trending in different directions. Carson is not 4. Why would he be 4? Why would he be 4? Here's Xander. Can he win a game that means more than regular season? 0 playoff wins, lost to the Jags to clinch playoffs. That's embarrassing. Not a big-time quarterback. Who said that I thought that he was? I said he's better than what you have. That's what I said, because your guy hasn't done shit either. Okay? I never said he was. You're assuming that. Okay? I never said that. I think the whole division sucks. When it comes to quarterbacks, the NFC East, in my opinion, sucks. It's not very good. Look at that AFC West. You could throw a dart and win with any one of those guys. Here, let's take a look at that. Let's see if Big Sills is just talking too much trash here. Carson Wentz stats. Yeah, you were under the assumption that you think that I think Carson Wentz is a big-time player. No. I think he's better than your guy. Here, let's see here. Wentz, 37.82, 32.96, 11-2 when he got hurt. 3,074. By the way, he's 44-40 as a starting quarterback in the NFL. 4,039. Last year in Philly, 26-10, 26-20. Last year, 35, 63. Touchdowns, 16, 33, 21, 27, 16, 27. He's got 100. Carson Wentz has 140 touchdowns in 6 years. Wait a minute. That can't be right. What are you, crazy? That can't be right. That can't be right. 140. So Carson Wentz averages 24 touchdown passes a year? I don't know. I don't know. You're only as good as your O-line or pass rush. Well, Jalen's got the best talent that Philadelphia has had since that 11-2 team, the Super Bowl team. Would you not say that Jalen has – hey, how about this? You think Jalen has more talent this year than Wentz had in 17? I'd say Jalen has more talent. Right? Xander goes, right now, you prefer Wentz with this Eagles roster over Jalen Hurts? I do not. This offense fits Wentz more than it does Hurts. You drafted two, or you traded for one guy for $100 million. You had another guy, first rounder. You got a quarterback who can't find him. And the passer is the guy in Washington, not the guy in Philly. But we're going to put a round peg in a square hole here. Try to make it work. That's what we're going to do here. It may just work. That guy shriveled up like an effing shrimp in Philly. You're in fairy tale land. All right. Let me see that fairy tale land. I'll show you. Can I show you what a fairy tale land is? I'll show you what a fairy tale land is. Let me show you what a fairy tale land is. Yeah, I got to do it again. Carson Wentz stats. Here's a fairy tale land that you would pray your guy to do. 11-2, 3,300 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 picks. A QB rating of 101.9. That's what you would hope, but that's fairy tale land. That, my friends, is fairy tale land. That guy was on pace. Let's see, 13, 14, 15, 16. 4 more games at that pace, at 3,300 passing yards. I think he went for 4,500 yards. Would clearly won the MVP. Probably would have thrown for 40 touchdowns. Can you imagine Wentz with this O-line? Look, dude, let's be fair here. That guy's got a lot. I would say this to you. Who do you think has more pressure this year going into the 2022 season to win his job? Jalen or Wentz? Dude, you know what people are saying about Carson in Washington right now? Guy, this is it. You ain't going to get any more hall passes at being considered a guy. You are not. This is it, guy. And you know what they're telling people in Jalen's camp? They're telling people in Jalen's camp, guy, you've got to pretty much win this here, okay? You've got to show us that you've improved enough for us not to use those 2 first-round draft choices that have been earmarked for a quarterback. Right? Susan says Wentz. Chris says Hurts. Wentz has the most pressure, Rico. Wentz played at North Dakota State. Dude, Birdman, I'm not drafting any stiff out of that thing. Dude, I'd rather draft somebody at Vanderbilt than that. Dude, I would rather take a dude out of Vanderbilt. Okay? Uncle Sil's putting everyone on notice. Dude, why call me Uncle Sil's, man? You're making me feel old, dude. Wentz is delusional. Aren't we all? Hurts for Philly, but Wentz has to win to prove he can be in this league. Randall, I think he's got to prove that he could be a starting quarterback at a franchise and be considered still a guy that could carry a team across the finish line because, quite frankly, he hasn't carried a team across the finish line yet. Gets knocked out of the playoff game against Seattle. He gets banged up in that Rams game. Somebody else has to drive the Mercedes to the wedding. You know what I'm saying? Dude, somebody drives the Mercedes to the wedding and your old lady's in the car and you're not in it. And he ends up marrying her. That's not the way I want to be remembered on my marriage night. Hey, here's Carson Wentz's time in Philly. That would aggravate me. That I did all the work and this guy walked across the finish line and married my old lady. I'd be like this. Jesus criminy, man. I wouldn't lift my head up in Philadelphia. That Super Bowl ring would be locked away in the safety deposit box. I could not wear it. Hey, here's my Super Bowl ring. Oh, is that the one Foles got you? Oh, I did play 13 games that year. Hey, yeah, okay. Well, I remember the Philly special. I don't remember the 13 games. That's pretty right? As great as that guy played that year, everyone does this. Yeah, but I remember the Philly special. And they killed the Patriots. Dude, I don't care what you – hey, you played great. Wonderful. Great. Wonderful. That dude over there won it, though. That sucks. This guy lifted all the weight. And the other guy walks in, gets his old lady and marries her, walks her to the altar. Not good. Oh, man. Wentz should sell the Super Bowl ring to charity to somebody in Philly. I'd love that idea, actually. Here, this goes to the homeless because I won't wear it ever. Oh, man. Like Shady's ring in Kansas City. Yeah, and then he turns around and talks shit on him, right? Dude, I do think Wentz has the most pressure. Well, Wentz has proven he can play, though. Jalen really hasn't. He kind of has. You know who I compared Jalen Hurts to right now? Let's see what, hey. Do you know? Do you know who I compared Jalen to? Tyrod Taylor. Jacoby Brissett. Guys like that. I don't see anything else other than that. And I'm not the only one saying that. I mean, when you have to say this, what were the biggest criticisms of Carson Wentz compared to the criticisms of Jalen Hurts? Here, correct me if I'm wrong. Don't hold on to the ball too long, guy. Throw the ball away. Slide. Okay? Slide. Throw the ball away. Don't take freaking sacks. Okay? Be a better guy in the locker room. Go up to a guy if he's hurt and say, how you doing? There's nothing wrong with that. Here's what they're saying with Jalen. Got to be more accurate. It's got to be a better progression reader. They ain't saying that shit with Wentz. That's not problems. I'd rather have a little bit more of Wentz's deficiencies than Jalen's. Not accurate, can't throw a deep ball, and has trouble with progression reading. That's a lot to chew on if you're a coach and a coordinator. Carson Wentz, on the other hand, dude, throw the freaking ball away. Who cares it's third and long? Punting is part of the game too, Carson. I saw the worst 8 minutes of football in my entire life last year against the Titans with that guy. That underarm pass, interception, pick six shit. I was like this. Oh, my God. I never saw a quarterback play a worse 6 minutes than that. But then I turn around and watch him against the Buccaneers and go toe-to-toe with Brady. You're like, Jesus. I'm like, you're kidding me. How can you be like that? Dude, William, I would give him electric shock treatment if he ever threw the ball with his left hand again. Okay? I would give him electric shock treatment. Are you kidding me? I saw him do that. I was like, what's the point of that? And that's why Jim Irsay's like this, all hopped up on his pills and drinking and all his money. Hey, get that guy's ass out of here. You know, Jim likes to party. How you doing? Jim Irsay's the only owner I've ever seen in the NFL to have open pill bottles of oxycodone, $35,000 of cash. When somebody asked him about it, he goes, I don't know. And everyone went, oh, okay. Yeah. If that's me or you, they're like, hey, come over here. I got a little word to you here. Where'd you get those pills? Where's the prescriptions? They're my boy. Yeah, man. Hey, trust me when I tell you. Dr. Luigi, man, he gave me the prescription pad. It's great. I just fill it out myself. Don't work like that, guy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Hit the like button. The best NFC East duos. I want to hit on those. But I tell you about my friend John Morgan and Morgan & Morgan, where the fee is free. If you are hurt or injured on the job, finding that attorney for you and your family is one of the most important things that you can possibly do on getting compensation for you and your family. For the people, I tell you this all the time, and I want you to know this. This is not just some dorky slogan John Morgan came up with. This is something that he and his wife started over 30 years ago, and it's a passion of theirs. It's who they are. I've known John myself for 25 years. He and his wife have built this firm up to being the biggest firm in the country, and they're there for their clients constantly. They've collected in the last 30 years over $13.5 billion worth of compensation for everyone that goes with the biggest law firm in the country. There's no such thing as a fender bender at Morgan & Morgan. This is not what it's about here, okay? Over 800 attorneys strong across the country in offices in Philly, New York, Florida. They're there to serve you. Look, call them 800-512-1600. The call's free. The consultation's free. That's 800-512-1600. 800-512-1600. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, tell them Big Sil sent you.
Many times when people are injured at a place of business, they don't realize they may have a case. The fact is, injuries should not happen. And most of the time when someone is injured, someone is at fault. Maybe the store manager installed a cheap, slippery floor, or there wasn't proper security. After an injury at a hotel, restaurant, store, or any place of business, it's so important to call us. Time matters, size matters. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.com.